Well, hello and welcome back to the channel. And sorry. Oh, there we go. You can see the screen now. There are a few issues there. I had a black screen. Hello. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. Normally, I nearly tripped myself up there. Normally I say welcome back to our Team Lotus F1 Manager series. But we are in a new series tonight. So we are now doing Maserati. So a different series is going to be the main series on the channel. So we are, as I say, today looking at Maserati, our Team Lotus series now all wrapped up. Lucas, hello buddy, how's it going? Hope you're well. So yeah, as I say, Team Lotus, we may do some episodes of that in the background, but as our main series, we're now switching over to Maserati. And if you are watching this post-live stream, I'm trying not to give too much away here because the episodes on YouTube will come a little bit later than the live stream. So we're actually in Japan for this one, the third race of the season. So I've already edited episode 1 and we've already done a couple of races in Japan, not Japan, we're in Japan today, in Australia and China. So we've done the first 2 rounds. So those episodes will be dropping soon. So if you don't want to see the build up to this series given away in terms of the livery, drivers, and you're watching this video now, post live stream, and as I say, wait a couple of days and the episodes will be out. So yeah, do a return, but look away if you don't want any spoilers because we're about to see who our drivers are and the livery and all of that good stuff. But yeah, Maserati then. So how we've set this up for everyone else jumping into the live stream, obviously our Team Lotus series, we started, you know, the worst facility. So we started setting 1 when you set up your creator team. So the worst facilities, worst car, no money, so $2 million, and the settings all on hard. So for this one, settings still on hard, but we've gone for a little bit of a middle ground. So we've started with a bit of money, started with average facilities. We still started with the worst setting on the car, but we should be able to upgrade it a little bit quicker so it doesn't take us as long to get competitive. But I hope you're all doing well. This was qualifying results then for Japan. So you can see the top 10. Piastri has put it on pole. Kimi Antonelli in second for Mercedes in this one. Verstappen is third. Then we've got the Ferraris, Lando Norris, George Russell, Alex Albon, and the 2 Aston Martins. And Yuki Tsunoda, on debut for Red Bull, was knocked out in Q2. But hey, it's an improvement, isn't it? Rather than Checo and Liam Lawson getting knocked out in Q1, Yuki Tsunoda did get through Q1. He made it to Q2, but Yuki Tsunoda knocked out in front of his home fans in Q2 on debut for Red Bull. So these are our drivers in this series. We have got Franco Colapinto returning to the grid, and we've also gone for Zane Maloney. So as we set up this series, the community vote was a couple of things. It was to have 20 races. So this is only a 20 race season. We have dropped, again, because of the voting, we've dropped Miami, Vegas, Abu Dhabi, and Qatar. So they are not part of this calendar. The other vote was to keep sprints, so we've kept them. We've had a little bit of a rejig of the calendar, although the start is as it is in real life. And yeah, the vote on drivers was to go for young drivers. So we've gone for Colapinto and Maloney as our first 2 drivers here in 2025. And we are starting in 2025. So we're using the 2025 mod. So all the new liveries, driver lineups, and we've fast forwarded into 2025. So the car, not great, although, and you'll see this on the episodes, somehow we had a magnificent sprint result. So don't know how we managed to pull that off, but we did have a good sprint result. But the car is about 19th at the moment, so we are going to be at the back of the grid. We've got some really good upgrades coming in a couple of races' time, so I'm hoping to be in the midfield in a couple of races. But who knows what can happen around Suzuka. We're going for a 2-stopper. Colapinto's going soft, medium, softs, and Maloney is going soft, soft, medium. So same with both in terms of 2-stop, but mixing up the compounds. So let's see how we go. As I think we're about ready then to crack on with this, which is the 3rd race of this 2025 season.
Well then, it's not long until we
I hope you're doing well in the chat. Let me know what you think of the Yuki news. Yuki stepping up to the Red Bull, and if you haven't already, do smash that like button. Really helps me out.
There's a chance for Esteban Ocon to show what he can do here.
Savio, bro, do you have any ideas how to fix FPS drops? Apart from lowering graphic settings in game, that would be my.
Let's get to it then.
And making sure your drivers are all up to date, the usual stuff.
Get ready. It's the Japanese Grand Prix.
Here we go then, the Japanese Grand Prix. Yuki Tsunoda making his debut for Red Bull. Starts P11 as Piastri gets us underway. in the McLaren, and we start 19th and 21st. We've got to hope for a bit of drama here today. Emma thought this was real for a second. Unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. Colapinto makes a good start then. 18th, getting past Liam Lawson, who's now in the RB. But Liam Lawson's still on our inside. Sainz has picked up some damage. Sainz, safety car. We've got a safety car. What has happened there early on? We wanted some drama, and we've got it straight away. This is our livery, by the way. The only thing you'll notice, one thing I need to sort out, is our Maserati badge here, which is just needs to be pushed a little bit higher. Sainz is retired. Okay, we don't get a replay. Don't know what's happened to Carlos Sainz there. We've got a red flag. Doohan's just blocked. Doohan could actually pull out there, but we've got a red flag. We lasted half a lap here before a red flag then. McLaren is the best. Thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. And there we go. Red flag then. We may as well, I mean, put another fresh set of softs on for now. Sainz is out, so we're not going to finish dead last. Is this a 2025 season mod? It is indeed. It is indeed. Right, let's start again then. I think we'll be on lap 2 then. The lights held. Forgot. Well, we're on lap 3 apparently. We've skipped a lap there, but Sainz is out. Oh, we want to turn all this up though. This is going to be very slow.
Copy.
Right, Colapinto then, 18th. It's Hadjar getting past Maloney on the start. But yeah, this is our livery then. As I say, I just need to change this logo, move it up a bit. But this is our first Maserati livery. Think about doing some special liveries, a red livery as well. But these are sort of the colour scheme we're going to begin with. Oh no! Maloney's forced really wide by his teammate there. But it's worked out because he's stayed ahead of Hadjar. Oh dear, what's happened here now?
Okay, do your best.
We've got a Haas of Ollie Behrman. He's now parked on the inside. It's all kicking off here.
Watch these cars as they head into
Cam,
turn
new
10.
save. This is a new save, a Maserati save that was just started. Ollie
Struggling
Behrman
with the
then.
car, and they'll need to be mindful of the effect that that had on the tyres.
Not ideal, and that will taking a bit of tyre life out. So anything but finishing last really here is a positive for us. And Yuki Tsunoda up to P9. He started P11, Yuki, in that Red Bull. And Colapinto is having a look at Pierre Gasly through 130R, but not going to go for it. Oh, this is messed our strategies up here. So let's just sort these out. Bear with me while we just sort this out, because the red flag has destroyed our strategy here. Let's go for that. And Maloney's still okay actually, so that's fine. Right, Piastri sets the fastest lap of the race. DRS is enabled finally on lap 4. Can we have a clean lap then? And you'll see a lot of our backroom staff here, our race engineers and our technical engineers, all of that good stuff are Italian. So we're going for a very Italian feel with Maserati. They're going to be based in Italy, Ferrari powered. Carlos Sainz out for Williams then. Didn't see what happened to him, but... Alright, we need to settle down here now with Colapinto. Oh, and there goes Colapinto on the inside of Pierre Gasly. And we are up to 16th, sorry. I was reading chat and forgot where I was. 16th, now 17th as Gasly fights us back. And we've got another yellow flag. It's Bortoletto this time on the outside of the track. Yeah, 2025 mod this is. Bortoletto's had an issue.
Good job at the moment. At the moment we are P17.
Now we can see what happened.
So we'll just see
We're at turn 14 here.
Bortoletto on the outside of the track there. So I don't know what's happened there. He's either locked up or been pushed out wide. Verstappen now leads. Piastri second. Antonelli third. Now we're due in lap 19 with Colapinto. Lap 16 with Maloney. So really Maloney wants to be getting past his teammate here. Because he should be quicker at this phase, because Colapinto is taking his tyres longer. Cam, I hope they'll bring out F1 Manager 25. Yeah, I think it's still not been officially confirmed, but I think obviously with the rumours and the changes they've made to basically prolong the life of this game, I think it's looking unlikely. But it is a shame. Though, to be honest with you, if they made it even... if they enhanced it even further to make even further mods for the modding community, wouldn't actually matter too much.
Keep focus on our race.
As we know, with this mod that we're using at the moment, obviously we've got the new graphics for 2025, we've got the new liveries lineup, so all of that can be done. Right, we're out of DRS now to Pierre Gasly. So that means we're going to have some pressure from behind. As I say, this is really where our race is at the moment. We're probably, if not the last car on the grid, the one but last. So we can finish 19th and 20th. I'll take it, to be honest with you. Having young drivers, you've just got to try and keep it clean and hope they don't make any mistakes. And here comes Maloney. He is through on Colapinto, and he needed to get that done really for his own race. But we've already seen Behrman and Bortoletto make errors early on here, so we've just got to make sure our drivers keep it clean. And Savio, there won't be another game. No, it's very unlikely. Hadjar is getting very punchy behind us. Let's just have a look at tyres in and around us. Hadjar is on the softs as well. They've used more softs behind us. And Gasly ahead of us on the mediums. And Maloney has nearly broken the DRS to his teammate. The only problem there is that's going to leave Colapinto very vulnerable. I might just want Colapinto...
Copy.
Bit of a catch-22 really, because we push Colapinto to Maloney, then we're dragging these other ones to him. But if we don't do that, Colapinto will be eaten up. But yeah, let me know in the chat, what do you think then of the news of Yuki Tsunoda moving into Red Bull then? I personally think it's a bit harsh on Lawson, especially with a triple header coming up. Two races that he's, or two tracks that he's already raced at. Why not just give him those 3 races at least? That would still have been harsh after 5 races, but you know, as Colapinto's reclaimed that position off Maloney. I mean, Lawson never driven that Red Bull in terms of this year's Red Bull. It's got to get to grips to it. We know it's a pretty difficult car. And on 2 tracks he's not raced at before, one of which was a sprint, so he only had 1 practice session. Yes, was the performance good enough? No, everyone can agree with that, but after 2 races is just unbelievable. As I say, this triple header, he's raced at 2 of the 3 tracks before, so why not just give him these 3 weeks coming up? And if he's getting knocked out of Q1 still in those 3 races, then yeah, fully understand it. But I just think it's a poor decision all round, because it also, Yuki, I really want Yuki to do well, but I just think it's put him in a horrible pressurised situation as well. it's not really the pressure you want to come into stepping into that team, so we'll see. But I really hope for Yuki's sake that he does go in and do really well. And actually, whether you like Liam or not, I do hope Liam actually can do well for RB now, but I do feel sorry for him, because he's probably unlikely to get that chance again at Red Bull. So it's like, yeah, 2 races and that's it. Cam, poor decision. Yeah, I agree. Right, Maloney's just kept DRS on Colapinto. We're not pushing on the fuel for Maloney for some reason.
Stop. Copy.
Verstappen leads then, Piastri second, Hamilton is third, and then we've got the 2 Mercs. I'm talking to Yuki Tsunoda. He did start 11th in this race, and he's up to P7. There's old Yuki. So he's not having a bad debut in that Red Bull. And Lawson currently in 14th in the RB. Right, Colapinto remains in front of Maloney, and Maloney again has got Hadjar and Doohan all over the back of him. Tyres only 4% in it. Behrman and Bortoletto are 3 seconds off this battle, and they've Bortoletto's tyres are right, but Behrman's are quite low. Rafa, how did you do that with the gap table in terms of the graphics, Rafa? It's a PC mod, so it's 2025 PC mod. Basically gives you the 2025 graphics, gives you the 2025 liveries and all of that good stuff. Should be in my description on YouTube, but I think I haven't put it in there. It is coming in the episodes, but I'll have to make sure it's in the live streams, because that mod community definitely deserve credit. It's a really good mod. I'll update this live description post-stream, make sure it's in there. Right, Maloney just about keeping Hadjar at bay.
Mode defend.
And Colapinto isn't having a bad race, really, because Maloney will get an undercut on him, though, so we have got a very different strategy between our 2 drivers. But they're only separated by about a second. But Maloney really needs to keep that DRS on Colapinto.
Overtake available.
And he will do, just about. Rafa got the liveries. Oh, okay. Yeah, it should just be this 2025 mod, and just all of the packs. If you copy all the packs into the file, you'll get these graphics as part of that as well. Right, Maloney just about in Colapinto's DRS, I think. Yes, he did just retain DRS. That's important for him. Colapinto 3 seconds off Liam Lawson now. Hadjar having a look. Can Maloney defend? Yes, he can. Just keeps him at bay. Gareth, they couldn't have timed the transfer better. It would be in Yuki's home Grand Prix. Outside of that, hope the undrivable Red Bull doesn't chew up and spit Yuki out like it's done the others. Yeah. I think, as you say, it's good timing from a PR point of view, and in a way for Yuki, but also it could be the other way. It could lead to even more pressure for him. But no, I do hope he has a really good race. As much as I'm not a Red Bull fan, you know, if he could have a stellar weekend, end up on a podium or something, that would be mega for him. Well, I think that is going to be very difficult. I think you've got to basically compare him to Checo and Lawson, really. So even getting into Q2 will be a first step for him. Let's be honest. I think if he makes Q3, that's a job well done. Is that Ocon having an issue? It is. Ocon has ran wide.
Now this, I think, was at turn 13. And nearly, oh, just running wide.
So Esteban making a mistake. That's what we've got to hope for. Some mistakes that we can pick up. And we've seen a few. Behrman, Bortoletto, now Ocon. And Ocon is the next car up the road. Only 2.1 up the road from Colapinto. As I say, we've started this series very much on community voting on YouTube, so if you do want to be involved in shaping the series, make sure you are subscribed over on YouTube. As Maloney, having a look at Colapinto. And if you're not watching on YouTube and you're on TikTok or Twitch, head to my profile and YouTube is in the bio. You can head over, subscribe, and you'll see the votes as we post them out on the community tab over there. Lance Callio took Williams from 7th in 24 to 1st in 2026. Thanks to your help. Good stuff, Lance. Good stuff, buddy. Williams on top. We like to see it. They're not on top here today. Sainz is already out. Lap 1. Albon, though, is now, as we speak, in the top 10. And our car's maybe got a Williams-esque feel, but we're not Williams, of course. We are Maserati. So a very different looking car from our liveries and Lotus, of course. But the boys aren't doing too well. As I say, the car is probably ranked 19th and 20th, so we're ahead of where we should be in this race. We've just got to keep going. Maloney is getting very close to his teammate, and they've pulled away from Doohan momentarily out of the DRS, and they're only 1.5 off Ocon, who's on 59% mediums. Lawson's used 42% of his softs. His tyre wear is not good at all. Lawson's probably going to be first to box here. But here comes Zane Maloney then on Franco Colapinto. Two teammates fighting away. We really don't want them to crash, but Colapinto is not allowing it. No team orders here. We might as well let them fight. Yeah, I'm hoping by the time we get to race 5, which is only a couple of races away already in this series, and hopefully we should be on the tail end of the points. Got a lot of design work underway. Ooh, an Ocon having a look at Liam Lawson there. Yeah, Lawson's really wrecking those soft tyres. He's going to be in within the next couple of laps. If you are jumping into the stream and you haven't already, please do me a massive favour. Smash that like button, really does help me out. And of course, you're not already, please do follow or subscribe. That's Oscar Piastri setting the fastest lap. Max Verstappen just half a second behind. What's Lawson down? Yeah, Lawson's probably got another lap or two in him. Who else is getting worn tyres here? Nothing really. Probably those behind us, Hadjar, Bortoletto and Behrman. What was Maloney's target lap? Lap 17. I think Maloney can go for a bit of attack phase here.
Try to close the gap with the car ahead.
And he kind of needs to here because he's got Doohan pressurising him.
Copy.
But yeah, as I say, the community vote was to go for young drivers. Colapinto, I've got a bit of a soft spot for Colapinto, so I wanted to get him in the car. And yeah, Maloney was just trying to go for someone a little bit left field that I've not really seen used in too many series or saves. So just trying something a bit different with Zane Maloney. Does letting your tyre temp drop to that point it goes blue card affect performance are pretty irrelevant. To be honest with you, I hadn't really noticed that with Colapinto. Yeah, it's not ideal to let them get too cold. We need Maloney to get past actually here, so this will work out if we can. Yeah, no, ideally it will affect performance, so you do want to keep them in the window, really. Obviously, getting them too hot, you'll degrade them a lot quicker, and especially with young drivers, they are prone to an error when you're pushing hard on the tyres. Okay, are you on Twitch, mate? Yes, I am. Twitch and YouTube. Alright, Colapinto's just kept DRS. We probably want to attack, actually, because he's struggling a little bit himself here. Maloney, what lap is it? Lap 16, so yeah, only a couple of laps we've got to go. Kalish, thanks for the follow. Kalish Twitch, thanks for the follow. On both TikTok and Twitch, much appreciated, buddy. Right, Maloney, we're just pushing now into his first stop. Where's Lawson? Lawson down to 31%. Maloney's going to catch him at this rate. I think Hadjar might be pushing to come in as well. Colapinto's got to get to lap 19. Ben, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Hi, Key Joey. Thanks for the follow. Hope you're well.
Yeah, copy.
All right, picked up the pace a little bit here. Maloney is going to get some DRS off Liam Lawson. He should do at least. But I think Liam Lawson will be jumping into the pits. His tyres at the cliff, really, 30%. Riley, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. So Liam Lawson in the RB now, of course, in Japan here. Should be jumping into the pits. Is he going to peel in? He does. So Lawson is the first to box in this race. Maloney carries on. He wants to go another lap.
Yeah, copy.
Yo, Riley, how's it going?
Copy.
Right, Maloney then is going to be boxing next lap. Let's get that set up.
Box is lap. Copy, copy.
What's the gap here? Yeah, we're not getting rid of Hadjar, are we? I think Hadjar's going to box this lap, potentially. So Colapinto is probably going to lose a few places, actually, because he's going longer. So we've got to hope this overcut works for him in the end. How are you, bro? Yes, I'm very well. Thank you, Riley. Very well. Yeah, there we are. Colapinto has got Hadjar all over him. Doing not too far behind. I think we're going to see quite a bit of activity behind us here. We might have Hadjar, Bortoletto and Behrman all in this lap. If not, a mixture of them are going to be in this lap and next. Colapinto's just got to keep doing what he's doing.
Copy.
What did Lawson go on to? He's gone on to some mediums. And Hadjar, no, Hadjar doesn't pit, so he's going one more. No one's stopped actually there, so I'd imagine they're all coming in the same lap as Maloney, which in a way is fine because they won't get an undercut on him, and Maloney's pulled 2 seconds on them. So he's got a bit of a buffer. That should be fine. But yeah, as I say, if you are dropping into this stream and you haven't already, please do me a massive favour and smash that like button. Really helps me out. We're lap 16 and we're about to see Zane Maloney in his Maserati make the first stop of the day. Now, being a new series, obviously our pit stop times are not going to be great. That's the main thing we're working on, pit stop time. So on average, they're going to be about a 2.7. So if we get a 2.78, that's fine. Anything under is great. But yeah, if you see a 2.7 or 8, usually that would be a rather slow stop. Especially in our Team Lotus series where we're closer to sort of a 2-second flat stop. But we'll get there. Alright, Maloney.
Full overtake available. Copy.
Just losing a bit of pace of these tyres. Just dropped off a little bit too early. We're attacking a little bit too hard on those, but that's fine. Here we go then. Our first stop in Japan. Hopefully it is a clean one, or at least around about 2.7, 2.8, because he can't afford to lose too much time, because he's going to have Hadjar, I think Bortoleto and Behrman all coming in here. There's Hadjar, there's Bortoleto, and there's Behrman. So all three are coming in. So we need a nice clean stop here. We're right at the end of the pit lane, of course, being the new team. 2.6. I said anything under 2.7, we'd take it. And Hadjar looks like he's having a very long stop. He's still there. Oh dear. That's an awful stop. We take that.
At the moment we are P18.
Well, that's lovely for Maloney, because that's given him a little bit of buffer there. Lu Japan is brutal indeed. Very nice track though, Suzuka, one of my favourites. Broke my wrist. Oh, sorry, Riley. Sorry to hear that, buddy. Hope it's on the mend. All right, so Maloney had 2 seconds to Hadjar and then Bortoleto and co. That's now 6.2, thanks to Hadjar's awful stop. I think Hadjar lost about 8 seconds in that stop. So we'll take that. And now Maloney's strategy, now we've stopped, has bugged out. So let us just... That's because we've switched him. Have I put him on the mediums, have I? Oh, that's fine. That's my bad. I switched him to the mediums when he should have actually been on softs, but that's fine. We can make that work. We can make that work. That's not an issue. We've just swapped him over. There we go. Let's just get his tyres up to temp. Colapinto, lap 19, isn't it? So, probably go aggressive. And there is Liam Lawson then, who'd already boxed, but we've got 8% tyre life on him, so we might be able to give Lawson a bit of a fight.
Tires, okay. Copy.
Ocon's into the pits for Haas.
Yeah, copy.
Are we going to get an undercut on Esteban Ocon here? Ooh, I don't think we are, you know. Although he's getting up to speed. Lawson's going to be close to him. Lawson's past him. We might be close to him. There's Ocon. He does remain in front of us, but we'll get very close to him while he's getting his tyres up to temp. Pager, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Pinto, he's got about a lap and a half to go. Let us go next lap. Let's start to attack on those now. To say, if we can finish above 21st and 22nd, then we're doing a good job round here. And we won't finish 22nd because Sainz has crashed out. And I feel we should be ahead of these cars behind us. So it should be at least 18th for Maloney. Colapinto might drop back into their clutches a bit because he's going longer. But let's wait and see. Russell and Tsunoda in. Yuki Tsunoda then making his first pit stop for Red Bull. In front of his home crowd. And it's a nice stop for Yuki. Has got Gasly and Hulkenberg into the pits now as well. I don't think we'll be in a fight with any of those cars ahead of us, unfortunately. Got to hope for a safety car or something so we can take a bit of a gamble, stay out maybe. Colapinto probably have to go back to standard. I don't think those tyres will last that whole lap.
Copy.
And if you're a regular around here, you know we typically watch most of the race, which we are doing right now. Doohan's into the pits. So we should be past Doohan actually, because he was out. But we will forward on once we get past Doohan here. Is Doohan going to clear Bortoleto though? Going to be very close between Jack Doohan and Bortoleto. Bortoleto's going to get him. But yeah, we're off this battle, and Colapinto, we just want to forward until he gets into his pit. Juan Enrique Sanchez, thanks for the follow. Right, here comes Colapinto. Are you an underfueling believer? And if so, how much? Lou, I do believe it's the right strategy to underfuel in this game. I don't do it because I'm awful at remembering my fuel at the best of times. So I don't like to underfuel just in case I forget about it. And I just don't do it because it's easier for me to not manage, especially when I'm streaming, concentrating on chat and things. So, yeah, but if you're generally playing, underfuel's better go. Here's Colapinto then, his first shot. Oh, it's a long one. Oh, no, this is what we don't want to see. This is a Hadjar stop. Oh, no. That's going to put Colapinto behind Bortoleto and Doohan. Ah, that's a nightmare. These are the kind of issues you encounter when you're into a fresh save, though. So Colapinto, not working out for him there. Brownie, thanks for the follow. Hope you're well. But yeah, certainly underfueling does work. It is the way to go. But as I say, I just generally don't do it because it's just easier for me to manage by not doing it. And especially when you're at the back right now, as we are with this team, because we're likely to be lapped. So you can at least underfuel by 2 free laps, because one of those laps you won't need to use. Right, we're 4.4 then off Bortoleto. What are the tyres? Got a bit of tyre margin on them. Maloney is 1.5 off Hulkenberg, but not really fighting them, are we? Lawson, it's just whether we can get back to Lawson. Because Lawson might have to stop quite early again here. Oh, we've got a yellow flag. I heard some impact. I heard someone hit the wall there. I'm sure I did. What has happened? I was looking at the graphic.
There's been a crash.
Oh, it's behind us, though. We wanted it ahead of us because Behrman and Hadjar, what's happened? Oh, Behrman stays on and just Hadjar's facing the wrong way. What's happened to Hadjar then? He's got damage. Is he going to have to pit? He's already stopped, hasn't he? Hadjar, is he going to stay out? Is it minor damage or does he need to come in? No, he's staying out, but Hadjar and Behrman both got damage, so at least it's good for Colapinto. Hopefully he's safe from any attack behind him. And they've used a lot more tyres, so... But we want some drama ahead of us. Is this game worth it, or should I wait for 25? I got the first one. Has it improved? There's probably not going to be an F1 Manager 25, Nick, so I would certainly go for it. And if you haven't played it since the very first one, this is by far, and I don't think I'm being biased by saying that, I think this is by far the best version of F1 Manager. So, yeah, I'd certainly go for it. I've been playing so much, my 5th season started from bottom, now winning World Constructors Championship, great stuff. Not me thinking it was Maldonado this whole time. Hey Brownie, I mean, I may call him Maldonado because every time I go to say Mal, that's what I feel like saying, Maldonado. So I'm sure across these live streams and this series, I'm going to pop the odd Maldonado in there by accident because it's so... when you see MAL, it's so easy to go with Maldonado for some reason. But yeah, it is Zane Maloney. Atty, hello buddy. Yuki is now in Red Bull. He is indeed. Yeah, he's making his debut here in front of his fans. He's in P10. Looks like he's going to get some points. What's quite nice in this save, actually, we've engineered it that Lawson was in the Red Bull for the first 2 races. And so it's going to be very in line with real life. So Lawson did drive for Red Bull for the first 2 races. But Yuki, his first race for Red Bull. And we jump on board as he gets past Alex Albon and into P9. Nick, why is that? Why don't there be another one? It's not been confirmed, but it's heavily rumoured. And this game, they've updated where you can update the driver lineups, the calendar, so they've future-proofed the game. So making those changes has kind of given an indication that there probably isn't going to be another one. And why there's not going to be another one? Just generally comes down to sales, basically, which is a shame. He started off on a bad footing with the first one, had a lot of bugs, and then the second one didn't really bring any new... wasn't any new functionality really in the game, so people who were expecting the second one to really step up didn't, and I think they lost a lot of the fan base there. But this, if they launched the game with this version, they would have been doing very well. Right, Bortoleto is all over Maloney here, which is a bit of a concern, but we've just got to manage it. got a bit of a tyre advantage on him, so he's going past. I think he's just going for a bit of a push at the minute. So we'll just settle in behind him, get the DRS. Brownie, poor science man, can't catch a break though.
Focus on our race.
That's it, Maloney. We've just got to focus on this race. We've got to just keep in there. Atty, see you next live. No worries, buddy. See ya. Have a good weekend. All right, Maloney then. Playing with Bortoletto. Behrman and Hadjar look dead set now to finish 20th and 21st. So it looks like we'll at least finish 18th and 19th with our drivers. And that'll be a good result where this car is at the moment.
Yeah, copy.
Colapinto there, that pit stop really killed his race. 6 seconds, he's 8 seconds off Maloney, so I think Colapinto has beaten Maloney in the first 2 races of this series. So this might be the first time Maloney gets one over Colapinto. But there's a long way to go, and as I say, with young drivers, they are prone to a mistake. Fingers crossed we don't see that from our 2 drivers. We're not actually too far off Hulkenberg, are we, here? Fittipaldi, best driving sign after 4 seasons leading my championship. Go Fittipaldi. Go Shane Maloney having a look for 130R, but he's not going to go for it. Not brave enough. And you've used a lot of that surplus fuel. Doohan is catching here as well. Let's see if we can push back past Bortoletto.
Overtake available. Copy.
As I say, I just need to fix this logo, move it up and make it a little bit smaller. But here we go. On the inside then. Maloney through on Bortoletto. And let's try and actually push with that battery to get into Hulkenberg's DRS.
You are doing a very good job there.
I found a super good looking Ford livery mod, so that's what I'm doing, a Ford career. Good stuff, Huru.
In front of you there is Hulkenberg.
Hulkenberg ahead. Trying everything in my power not to shout out a Nico Hulkenberg like Danny Rick. We're just about 1.2 off. We can't quite get there. We want to get in his DRS. Yeah, Colapinto just really in no man's land now, isn't he? Oh, Maloney. Oh, no. No, Maloney! I said about young drivers making a mistake, and that's a big one. Maloney's going to be out. Oh, Zane Maloney.
At the moment, we don't have any other.
No. We're trying to catch up to Hulkenberg, and he's just been way too late on the brakes. Oh, Maloney. No.
It's not going the way the team had hoped today. That is for
Gareth
sure.
Hulkenberg. Oh no, Zay Maloney. That's going to be a lot of money. That's the problem. Oh no. I don't think we've got another set of mediums, have we? No. Well, that was a big one. That was a massive.
Copy.
That was a big smash. No, I don't think we can pit, really. We're going to have to just settle in. Zane Maloney, then, has absolutely binned it. Surely he's going to get a penalty for that, no? No, well, we take that at least. Why did you stop the Lotus save? It's not officially stopped, but 3 seasons, that last season, we were victorious in both championships. So, yeah, just felt right to start a new series, especially with the 2025 season starting and this 2025 mod. Just felt it was the right time. So we might still have the odd episode on YouTube of Team Lotus, but Maserati will now be the main series. A big one. That sounded expensive. It was. Evening, Cali Flap. How are you? Good, you viewed. How are you, buddy? Oh, God, after a stream of binning it, I raid a team that's also binning it. Oh, yeah, how's it going? Thanks for the raid. Hope you're well. Hulk Smash. Yes, indeed, Gareth. In my case, Colapinto. I did 4 races. He has 3 DNFs, and only one of them was his fault. Oh, no. Well, we need Colapinto, our Colapinto, to keep it nice and tidy here. Zane Maloney, but like Mick Schumacher in disguise, yeah. I mean, we were only just talking a minute ago about them keeping it on track, and Zane Maloney has had a massive off there. I'm surprised he didn't get a penalty for that. He's damaged Hulkenberg as well, which might help Colapinto here. Well, that's a shame, because as I say, Maloney's not beat Colapinto yet in this series, although this is only the 3rd race in. And that was certainly his chance. He had 8 seconds on him and has absolutely binned it. Done a Mick Schumacher. If anyone knows our series from the very start, this F1 Manager 24 series at least, you'll know that. Verstappen is now pitting when the virtual ends. That's a great Red Bull strategy there. Makes no sense. Oh no! What is going on? Oh my God! Who's put oil on that part of the track?
Like Hulkenberg's had a bit of trouble.
Hulkenberg's
Here we are then at the 11th corner.
Actually, it's a different part of the track. Actually, it's earlier on in the track.
Has to be said,
but still,
was pretty risky. I imagine
what is going on? Oh, what's happened? Minor suspension damage. We can't do much about that. Oh, our drivers are absolutely doing everything. I'm blaming Fire for that. He's brought a Colapinto curse into the chat. Oh my God, that is... You've got to laugh. Wait, where's Team Lotus? And our Team Lotus, we may still drop episodes on YouTube, but Maserati will be the main series we now live stream. Oh, and Colapinto's got a penalty. Oh, get that salt and get it into the wounds. What a nightmare couple of laps we have just had. Well, we said we wanted some drama in this race, and we wanted that drama not to be our drivers, because we wanted drama to take advantage of, but the drama has been caused by our 2 drivers. And mainly, as Huru says, Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg is a magnet there, which has dragged both of our cars into his side pods. But Colapinto is now 17th. He's 13 seconds off the next car up the road, and he's got suspension damage. So this is not looking too good for us here. But at least it's not been a boring race. Oh dear. Colapinto, yeah. Oh dear. We're going to be slow as well with this suspension damage. It might be worth retiring the car, you know, save the parts. We'll see. We'll wait and see. We've got a 5-second penalty. Hulkenberg's had an absolute nightmare because he's just been smashed into by 2 Maseratis. One of them is smashed out of the race. The other's got suspension damage and a 5-second penalty. So I don't think Hulkenberg's going to be wanting to speak to our team anytime soon. Hero, I just pre-ordered F1 25. Hope it's better than 24. Yeah, I've not played the actual, racing versions, I guess, of Formula 1 rather than the manager games for a couple of years. But I do know that F1 24 was ridiculed. So, yeah, hopefully 25 is an improvement. They can learn a thing or two from F1 Manager with the most recent updates. Jansen, you'll be hoping for a while, mate. There's skepticism in the community, but with good reason, I understand. Colapinto then, what do we say about him? 16th. Look at the tyre life he's took out as well. We'll keep him running for now, but we might retire and save the parts because yeah, let's have a look what's going out front though. We've got Leclerc, who's yet to stop. Leclerc is going for a mad 1 stop here in Suzuka by the looks of it. Currently leads. What is the pit loss here? 28 seconds. He currently leads, but he will be in 8th once he stops. He's got Russell all over him. Who's yet to stop? So Verstappen's already stopped twice. And Antonelli is about to stop for the second time. So we might have a mixture of 1 stoppers, 2 stoppers, and 3 stoppers here. Has anyone else noticed Lance Stroll has had his best start to an F1 career this year? Yeah, Lance Stroll's doing big things out there, actually, isn't he? Quietly going about his business as the GOAT Lance Stroll this year. Colapinto, where is he now? Looks like he can keep ahead of Behrman, but Colapinto looks like he's nailed on for 17th here. Although he's got to take that 5-second penalty, so who knows? Is Leclerc about to jump into the pits then and make his stop? Yes, he is. Ollie, thanks for the gifts. Much appreciated, buddy. Hope you're well. And ironically, all the credit in the world goes to Gary Gannon. Yeah, big man Gary from Haas is now the voice in the ear of Stroll. And we have a female race engineer for Haas now. But yeah, Gary is in the Aston with Lance. Not in the Aston with Lance. Well, maybe he is. Maybe that's why Lance is driving much better. Maybe it's like the Men in Black scene where, you know, you open up the head and there's a little alien in there. That's what might have happened to Lance this year. But Colapinto, what can we say? We've had a couple of laps of drama, and now he's just going to be in no man's land for the rest of this race, I think. What do we do here, though? Because his tyres are not going to last, are they? People are using the hard tyre. We probably would have to put him on the hard, to be honest with you. We probably will have to put him on the hard, because this soft is not going to get there. Yeah, it'd have to be in lap 36. I don't think that's going to work. I think we'll go for something like that. Doesn't really matter, in truth, with him. But we'll keep... Antonelli is on 27% tyre life, and he's going backwards. No wonder why. What's he up to? He needs to be getting into the pits. You're right, Cali Flaps. Got my pot noodle ready. Good old Korean barbecue. Nice stuff. And there we go. Antonelli in the pits. Looked like she called a nice race for Ocon in Shanghai. Yeah, Ocon's an odd one. I'm quite interested to see how Ocon does, because some people are a bit dubious about his skills, but not had a bad start. That's a slow stop for Antonelli. It's not just our picker at it. Fire. So does the database editor already do Yuki to Red Bull? No, I did that. I did that myself in the database editor. Put Yuki in for this race. And who knows, in a couple of races' time, I might have to bring Danny Rick out of retirement. Because who knows what Red Bull are going to do there. Because what happens if Yuki over this triple header does a Liam Lawson and can't get out of Q1 and is finishing last? As I said earlier in this stream, I hope for Yuki's sake that's not the case. I really want Yuki to do well, but has put him under a lot of pressure. This can't be real. The Hulk is ruining my races too. Norris crashed into him. Hulk's lost it. Colapinto, positive is he's got 5 seconds on Behrman, so even with that penalty, he should clear him. So he might still be able to hold on for P17. When did we say he's now going to stop? Lap 30. Actually, he can go a little bit further than that. He might as well attack and use the rest of this tyre life. We'll just play it by ear with Colapinto. Lawson's going to be in soon. Right, let's have a look at the leaders then. Tsunoda's up to 5th, but he's going to stop soon. Yeah, they're all... they've got different strategies going on here, so it's hard to tell who's going to win the race at the moment. Piastri looks pretty good, because he's hard till the end, I'd imagine. Verstappen, is he trying to make the mediums last to the end? Potentially. But if you are jumping into the stream, you haven't already, as I say, please do smash that like button. Really does help me out. Gets it out to a wider community, so it's super appreciated. I started a new campaign where Yuki's on Red Bull and I have Colapinto on my team because I didn't want any on my staff. That's currently F1. But watch that be out of date in a month. Yeah. Yeah, Doohan was under massive pressure, wasn't he, of course, before the season even started. And he's not had the greatest of starts, has he, Doohan? And I think with Red Bull might have made Alpine's job a little bit easier because it might not seem as harsh if they replace Doohan. So, obviously, no Formula 1 this weekend, which is a very sad affair. But then we have got our first triple header, which is Japan, Bahrain, and Saudi Arabia. So, back-to-back. So, I think Doohan really needs to have a good 3 weeks there. Because if he doesn't, if it goes the way it's going at the moment, I think even he might be replaced, whereas Lawson got 2 races, Doohan might just get 5. So hopefully that's not the case. I think rookies, although Lawson, argument whether he's a rookie, of course, that's a different story, probably not. But Doohan is very much a rookie in Formula 1. You've got to give them a season, really, unless they're absolutely chaotic. It would be harsh. Henry, thanks for the follow on Twitch. Much appreciated. Right, if you do watch this series, then you'll know, as I say, we watched the race action mostly all the way through the race, but we are in a bit of a lull here. So I'm going to forward on, just use Colapinto's tyre life up, and then I'm going to get him in for some hards once he gets under about 40% here. As Lawson is now in for his second stop, and we've cleared him, so Colapinto is up to P16. But we're going to have a very long stop because we've got a 5-second penalty for taking out Nico Hülkenberg. We'll go for one more lap, I think. Yeah, one more lap. All right, let's get him in at the end of this, then we'll jump back on board. That suspension obviously isn't causing us too much of a loss of performance, at least, though. Here we go then. Colapinto, his second and final stop. Let's hope for, well, I was going to say a clean one. It's going to be slow anyway, isn't it? Because we've got to wait 5 seconds before we can work on the car. As we've got Doohan in the pits, who is going to be a whole pit stop ahead of us, and we are racing him at some point in this race. So here we go, serving the penalty. Can't touch the car. And now they get to work. That's the slowest. What was that slow-mo about? Anyway, 7.8. It was actually a 2.8 second stop, so the stop was fine. 5 seconds. So we are out in 19th. Hülkenberg is now being lapped by a Ferrari, which is Leclerc. So Hamilton is already passed. And we've just got to push on down the road now. Hülkenberg next on the road. That's always a bit dangerous today. What times do you stream, Henry? We stream this series every Tuesday and Friday, 7 PM GMT time. What's the sponsor target for Colapinto? We put 21st for both, just to be safe. And good job we did. So we're going to get blue flags for Leclerc and Norris, who are fighting. That might put us into the... No, there's no one behind us, actually, is there? So it's only Hadjar behind us. So I thought that McLaren... My colours went skew-whiffy, and I thought that was a kick sour behind us, but it's not. It's McLaren. Nathan, how are you? Yes, I'm very good, mate. Hope you're well. So, right, let's have a look then. So, we're not stopping again. Hülkenberg definitely will be. Behrman's going to stop now. Bortoletto's in now. Gasly's going to be in. So, we might have some racing. Let's have a look. Don't think we'll be anywhere near Bortoletto, but definitely Behrman and Hülkenberg. We should be able to jump, I'm hoping. Yuki Tsunoda in P7, so he's having a very nice debut for Red Bull. They'll take that in real life. Bortoletto out, so yes, we're not fighting him. Right, tyres up to 10. Lovely jubbly. Right, so Hülkenberg isn't going to stop for a while, but he will stop again. And Behrman is in the pits. So we have cleared Ollie Behrman, and he's on a set of softs. He's going to have to manage those softs quite well. Though the tyre deg isn't too bad around here. It's quite close between all three compounds, so he'll be fine on them, but he won't be fully attacking on those. He's 12 seconds behind us, so hopefully we'll be okay with that. Yeah, Hülkenberg's definitely stopping again, isn't he? 55% softs. He's going to have to, and we're only 4.5 behind him, so we should be comfortably past Hülkenberg. We should finish at least P17, you'd hope here. Yeah, we're closing. Let's push on then until we get behind Hulkenberg. I know Lando got rammed from behind from P5 in my save, Imola. Nasty stuff, Huru. Closing in then on Hulkenberg. Then we'll jump back on board. We've got Antonelli closing on us, which we'll have to get out of the way of. Which might interrupt our little battle with Hulkenberg here. Let's wait and see. Yeah, it's going to come at the wrong moment here, isn't it? We're about to get into the DRS, but we're going to have to move out of the way. We should really do it at the end of this, just past 130R. I would be moving out of the way here, just let Antonelli through. I don't really know that well. That was Colapinto. He kind of moved out of the racing line without really slowing down, and now he's... Yeah, that was bad. Anyway, we pick up DRS, at least. What we've got to hope now is Hulkenberg. What's happening there? Oh, that's someone coming out of the pits then. That's Russell, I assume. Russell has just come out of the pits. Right, Hulkenberg is going to have to get out of the way here. And hopefully this is going to bring Colapinto right onto his gearbox. Well, I say Hulkenberg's got to get out of the way. Hulkenberg isn't getting out of the way. He's very upset today, is Nico Hulkenberg. He's had 2 Maseratis into the side of him. And he's holding Antonelli up a good in here. Oh my God, Hulkenberg just won't let him past. Hulkenberg's had enough. Is he letting him go now? No. No, he's not. Hulkenberg is literally had enough. Antonelli, poor Antonelli's race is being absolutely ruined by Hulkenberg, who's just decided for this whole lap that he's going to ignore blue flags. And surely now... No! Hulkenberg is still not lifting. Hulkenberg has had an absolute nuff today. And Kimi Antonelli is getting the brunt of it. Surely he'll get past naturally anyway now because he's got DRS, but maybe Hulkenberg has done that because he didn't want to lose time, because he didn't want a Maserati close to him, and who can blame him? This game just never gets boring. There's always every race is different. Have you done mods for the other teams to have those liveries? It's a PC mod, so I don't take credit for it. I will be putting it in the description on YouTube. But yeah, the guys in the F1 Manager community have put together an amazing mod. It's one download and it gives you all the liveries, race suits, helmets, and all the driver changes can be done in the database editor. So it's a massive update. Really good from the mod community. Noob Games, yo buddy, how's it going? Hope you're well. Okay, so we have been behind Hulkenberg twice before in this race. Once from Maloney, who smashed into Hulkenberg, then smashed straight into the barriers and crashed out. And then Colapinto was behind him previously, and he went into his side pods as well and got a 5-second penalty and has got suspension damage because of it. So it's not gone too well when we've been in and around Hulkenberg. But Hulkenberg is picking up a lovely toe off Antonelli and is keeping us out of his DRS. He's down to 36% though, so he will be getting out of the way either way in a moment. And we'll move up to 16th, and that's probably going to be about as best we can do. Behrman's 8 seconds off. A lot of carnage down here from Hulkenberg downwards. Been a lot of accidents. I don't think anyone else is due to stop ahead of us, are they? Lawson 64%. He should be fine. His tyres won't be too bad. We've got to manage a bit of fuel now, to be honest with you. Right, Max is now leading the race. Just about. Piastri all over him. Max on 60% medium, so Max is going to the end on those. I don't think anyone is stopping again. So it is where we are now. So these two, it's between these two because Hamilton is 12 seconds down the road. Leclerc's got a bit of damage in 4th. And then, yeah, Tsunoda's 21 seconds off the Mercs. That's a big gap, but he has got good tyre life on Antonelli. So Tsunoda might be able to close that later on in the race. Colapinto closing in then on Hulkenberg again. Is Hulkenberg going to be in this lap? We'll see. I'm going to attack a bit. Back now, Califat, Korean barbecue pot noodle and all. Good stuff, good stuff. But let me know in the chat, just by a simple yes or no, is Yuki or is Lawson being replaced by Yuki the right decision? Yes or no? Let's just have a blunt answer on it in the chat. Let's see. All right, we pick up some DRS there as Hulkenberg does jump into the pits. Colapinto will push along now. Again, a bit of a downtime on track here, so let's push on. Brownie, no. My answer would be no. You don't know. It's unfair. I said a yes or no, you viewed, and you come back with a don't know. Red Bull is doomed anyway. My thinking is, I think I mentioned this last stream, and I'm not trying to say this that Max is not a good driver because Max is one of the very best. So don't get that mistaken. But when you've got a driver like Max, they are going to make design that car to his driving style. Not to say that no one else can drive it, and Lawson should have been performing better. But my thinking is, if they are designing that car so heavy in Max's favour, what happens if Max at the end of this year said, I'm not, we haven't challenged for the title this year. I don't believe in the engine that we're producing for 2026, and he goes off to Merc. Then they might have two drivers in 2026. They're going to really struggle with that car. So they've got to start, I guess, developing that car to balance it out. Unless they still think they can give Max a car to challenge for the championship. And maybe that's why they're doing it, because they want to give Max the very best car they can this year to get him a championship so they can retain him. That's my only thinking behind it. They're going so heavily in that favour, but I just fear it's risky. I just think we could see a bit of a demise of Red Bull across these new regs. Of course, there's potentially a push maybe from them coming to delay these new regs and move to obviously the V10s again, but yeah, if I think we move to these 2026 regs as is, the amount of staff they've lost, not just Nui, but their backroom staff. First time they're creating engines as a works team almost, although they've got Ford coming in. I think it's a big ask. So we'll see. I could be completely wrong, but I wouldn't expect Red Bull to be in the mix from 2026 onwards for 2-3 years maybe. The Red Bull is lent towards Max Verstappen alone too much. The RB is better car. Yeah, I think the RB is more balanced, so therefore a mixture of driving styles can come in and get on with that car. I think everyone's seen, the Albon analogy that he done on the High Performance podcast that everyone sort of resonated with, which sort of mount sensitivity on gaming, summed it up really well. I think that's why people struggle with it. It probably shows how skillful Max is, but as I say, the problem is, if you're developing the car so heavy that way, it is to a positivity for Max, but it is then to the detriment of maybe the second driver. There can't be... There's too much evidence that that second car has failed. Now, there's either two things. It's because the car is designed in such a way it is a hard car to tame, and it suits a certain drive style. Or two, it's more the pressure cooker. People just struggle to be in that team and the pressure of it, as well as a teammate as Max. So I think it's probably a combination of two. But Checo in the first year to 2 year wasn't too bad. But obviously the final year absolutely dropped off a cliff. So we'll see. We shall see. But I am very much looking forward to Suzuka. And as much as I'm not a Red Bull fan, I would be very happy to see Yuki do well. What if Max walks away before the end of the season? Yeah, I can't see that, but I could definitely see him leaving at the end of the season for 2026. That Mercedes door is ajar for him with Russell and Antonelli only on one-year deals, and that's what he's waiting for, isn't he? I think the summer break is going to be very, very interesting. But Max will have a good idea already what 2026 car is looking like for Red Bull, so we'll see. Anyway, back to this. This is why you're here. We are still running in 17th. Got 10 seconds on Behrman, so we look safe to finish 17th. That will hit our driver target. But Maloney, unfortunately, won't be hitting his driver target. Or will he, actually? Technically, he is finishing 21st, so I think we will hit it. Because Carlos Sainz was out on lap 1, so we should still hit that in actual fact. 2.5 seconds off Bortoletto here. And we're closing. And Bortoletto's right on doing as well, so we might have some action here at the end. He's very unhappy with Red Bull over the Lawson switch. Yeah, I'd seen that. I'd seen the news about him liking tweets, and I saw some of his comments about the RB and drivers, so... yeah. I personally think Max will leave Red Bull at the end of the season, but that could change very quickly. If Red Bull can challenge all the way for a Drivers' Championship this year, and behind the scenes, he's very happy with what he sees in the design work the 2026 car. But as I say, it's talking about design work, the 2026 car is going to be more heavily on what's in the rear end, the engine of it. So does he have confidence that Red Bull powertrains now making their own engines? I just think that's a tough ask to come in and smash an engine in terms of, you know, good, positive, create a very good engine on your first attempt. No, hats off to him if they do it, but I think it's a bit of a risk for him. And we know Mercedes do produce good power units, so I think that's why he's quite interested in that. Wouldn't surprise me if Leclerc looked elsewhere soon as well. I don't know, Brownie. I think Leclerc will back himself to beat Lewis. And, I mean, where would he go? Where can Leclerc go? Talking Leclerc, he's got damage apparently. How's our race engineer? AFC Smith, hello buddy. Yeah, I can't see the Leclerc one personally because I don't really know where he'd go. I think he's best suited to Ferrari. I mean, no one's going to get into McLaren for a while. Mercedes potentially if Max didn't go there and they're not happy with Kimi or George. But I think Toto would only take Max over Kimi or George, I think. I don't think he'd look at Charles, so I don't know. It's my birthday today. Happy birthday, buddy. Is that Maldonado? No, it's Maloney, but it is tricky when you see MAL. You think of the GOAT Maldonado, but it's not. It's not Maldonado, the Maestro. We're not gaining anymore. And in fact, we're going to have to save some of this fuel because it's not conserving as much as we want. Jack, thanks for the follow. All right, let's forward on, get to the closing stages of this race. Verstappen's got a 2.5 second lead. We'll jump on as we get to this final lap or so. Doohan's down to 38%, 1.9. Might still have an opportunity on him. Alright, let's jump on because we've got 3 lap. We've been lapped though, haven't we? Yeah, so we'll finish a lap down. A Cadillac for Leclerc. I'm hoping in the mullet, man. Bottas will be back in. Right, Doohan is slipped off Bortoletto here. And this is giving us a great chance to try and get a whopping 16th. But for this car, we'll take that. We will take that. Especially with suspension damage and a 5-second penalty. We probably would have been 15th without that. Maybe challenging Lawson. Who's out? Carlos Sainz is out, and our second driver, Zane Maloney, as Colapinto. Is he going to be brave enough through 130? I don't think he's close enough because he's pulled out of the slipstream and he lost a bit of the toe there. So he pulls back in. That's absolutely fine. Keep it nice and safe through here. And then we'll use a bit of battery and DRS and hopefully be through on Jack Doohan for 16th. And then see if we can get up to Bortoleto. But I think we're going to run out of time and therefore laps. But here comes Colapinto then. Currently 17th. Doohan in 16th. Quite good straight line speed in that Alpine, to be fair, but Colapinto on the inside. He's got to fight it hard here, and he's forced Doohan out a little bit there, but we'll get away with that. And we are through into 16th. 2.6 to Bortoleto, and we'll try and use some of this battery here and just push down the road. Verstappen is still winning. It's now Russell in P2. He's got good tyre life. Russell could win this. Russell looks odds on to win this at the moment. Leclerc down to 31% on his tyres. Antonelli struggling on tyres. But Tsunoda is 19 seconds back. Antonelli, though, is going to be very slow. He might even get a puncture, Antonelli. Tsunoda is currently 18.5 seconds off Antonelli. Watch that, because that's probably going to drop quite significantly. We are 1.6 of Bortoleto. We're using a lot of battery. I don't think this is going to be our final lap once we get onto it because we have been lapped. I think we're just going to run out of time here. What's Bortoleto's tyres? 33%. They'll just about hold on. They've used all the battery. 1.5. We're just going to be short of him, aren't we? As his tyres drop off. His tyres might drop off across this lap.
Okay, perfect.
.5 still. Wish our race engineer would stop talking. 1.4. What's his tyres saying? 31%. Antonelli down to 26%. He'll avoid a puncture, will Antonelli? Russell is leading now. Verstappen second, Piastri third. And they're about to finish the race. Colapinto 1.7. He's not going to have enough time to do it, is he? Bortoleto is going to survive. Russell has won it. Verstappen second, Piastri third. Hamilton's going to be fourth, Leclerc fifth. Tsunoda's going to finish 8th on debut for Red Bull. But we're not going to be able to reach Bortoleto. He's just about going to hold on another lap. And he would have been really struggling. But that has been drama. Zane Maloney crashed out, smashing into Hulkenberg, retired. Then Colapinto also smashed into Hulkenberg, got suspension damage, a 5-second penalty. But he has recovered to at least claim P16. And if we're not finishing last, we'll take that for now. Colapinto then brings it across the line, and it's P16. And technically, P21 for Maloney. That's going to bring a close then to the Suzuka Grand Prix. And if you've not already, please smash that like button. Really helps me out.
Sometimes I think you just have to accept that it's not going to be your race.
And the team a bit downbeat back there, but let's have a look then. Full result. George Russell had good tyre life at the end, and that has won him the race. So George Russell leads. Oh, well, did lead. He certainly did lead the race, and he won the race. Up 6 places to win it. Max Verstappen second. Oscar Piastri third. Oscar Piastri also took the fastest lap, as are the rules in 2025. Of course, no extra point for that. Lewis Hamilton 4th, Leclerc 5th, Lando Norris 6th, Antonelli really struggled on his tyres at the end, down 5 to finish 7th, and Yuki Tsunoda did get some points on debut for Red Bull, started 11th, finished 8th, and if that happened in real life, I think Red Bull would take that, and I think Yuki would take it. Fernando Alonso 9th, and Lance Stroll 10th, so the Aston Martins with a double points finish. As we see back here, Franco Colapinto started 19th, up 3 places. A lot of drama at the back there, so we'll take that. 16th, Zane Maloney, unfortunately retiring. All down to himself, trying to move on Hulkenberg. A bit of a lock-up, too much speed, crashed out, and that's probably going to cost us quite a few parts. Drivers' Championship then after 3 races and including the sprint here in Suzuka, and Max Verstappen is leading the way. Hamilton scores the same. It's just 10 points between those two. Oscar Piastri a further point back in 3rd, and George Russell takes a good haul of points as well. So it looks like this could be a very close Drivers' Championship if it carries on this way. Only 3 races in so far, of course. We do only have a 20 race calendar. So this series, as voted by the community, we have dropped Miami, Vegas, Qatar, and Abu Dhabi. So those 4 are dropped. So it'll be a 20 race calendar. So that's the 3rd race out of 20 already completed. And yeah, it's going to be very tight. Leclerc 5th, Lando Norris is 6th, Antonelli 7th, Lawson 8th. Those points all coming in the Red Bull. Obviously not in real life. He would be on 0, but he did get 12 points in the Red Bull in this game. Fernando Alonso 9th, and Yuki Tsunoda scores his first points of the season, now in that Red Bull into 10th. Then we've got the rest of the point scorers: Albon, Stroll, Colapinto, Sainz, and Maloney. Yes, Colapinto and Maloney have scored a couple of points. If you want to see how that happened, make sure you're subscribed onto the YouTube channel so you can check that out. If you're watching on TikTok or Twitch, head over to my profile. In my bio, you'll find the YouTube channel. Subscribe over to there. We don't have any episodes out on the Maserati series yet, so the live streams are going to be a little bit ahead. In the next few days, I'll be dropping the first episode and second episode of this series. But in the sprint race, it was a very chaotic sprint race in Suzuka, and as you can see, somehow we managed to pick up some points, so that's well worth checking out once that's available on the channel. Everyone else yet to score. Constructors, it's Ferrari actually leading the way, but again, very tight. So McLaren move into 2nd, just 6 points behind, and then a further 16 points behind are Red Bull, and Mercedes are there or thereabouts as well. So it's going to be the top 4, really, it looks like this year. Then a drop off to Aston Martin in 5th, Williams 6th, but Maserati in 7th. We've already got 3 points, so we take that. Then Alpine, Kick-Sauber, Haas, and RB are yet to score. Oh, we even got some pit stop points there with a 2.6 stop. And that keeps us in 7th. So not going too bad at all there. Okay, we don't get the contract bonus because we didn't finish the race. So obviously you have to finish. Although we did technically finish 21st or higher, it doesn't count unless you finish the race. But we do get it with Colapinto. So gets the race target bonus from the sponsor. Here we go. This is a shout out to these guys. This is who's done the mod here. And I'll put this in the description of future videos and all the episodes. But shout out to these guys. A massive, massive well done to them. It's a great mod. I'd seriously check it out if you're on PC. But yeah, that's going to bring this one to a close then. So as I say, we'll be having all of the episodes out on YouTube shortly. So do check those out on YouTube if you want to see all of what we're doing in the background with this series. Not just the live streams. Well worth checking out. And we'll be back very soon with the continuation of this series. We stream this every Tuesday and Friday, so if you dropped in for the first time, we'll be back on Tuesday to continue this series, and it's from typically 7 PM GMT time. So if you checked out for the first time, as I say, please do follow and subscribe on your relevant channel. Most of the content housed on YouTube, so do check that out. And if you haven't already, please do give me a massive like before you go. But I appreciate all the comments and support, and we'll be back on